In this chapter, you'll learn how to prepare for iFree2 CGM installation. Please follow the 3-step instructions to initiate CGM monitoring. Step 1. Install the RIGHTEST iFree CGM app. Step 2. After a successful pairing, proceed to remove the sensor package for wearing. Step 3. Begin monitoring after a 1-hour warm-up. When you've mastered it, you can initiate CGM monitoring in just 3 minutes. Before installation, ensure you have the necessary items. 1. iFree2 sensor kit and transmitter set. 2. Compatible smartphone for iFree CGM app. 3. Alcohol wipes. 4. Get the BGM kit. It will be used for calibration if needed. If there's excessive arm hair where you'll wear the CGM, shave before installing to ensure good adhesive. Before use, inspect the sensor kit box for any damage. Tear it open at the marked top. Take out the sensor kit. Inspect the packaging for any damage. And check the expiry date. Do not use it if the sensor kit is damaged or has expired. The expiry date is as shown. Do not remove the sensor kit packaging yet. It has a barcode for the sensor kit pairing step. Take out all the accessories from the transmitter set box. A splitter, charging cable, and storage vial. Note that the transmitter is rechargeable. Keep the accessories for future use. Open the storage vial. Remove the transmitter with its charger from the storage vial and close it immediately. Push the button on top of the charger all the way down. Grip the transmitter and slide it out of the charging slot. After preparing, download the iFree CGM app. Open the iFree CGM app. The system will guide you through settings. Glucose-related alerts prompt actions based on settings. Hyper alert activates when glucose is above set target. This alert can be customized or turned off in setting. Hypo alert activates when glucose is below set target. This alert can be customized or turned off in setting. Signal loss alert is adjustable and can be turned on or off. Urgent low alarm activates when blood glucose is at or below 54 mg per deciliter. This alarm is mandatory, and it cannot change or turn off. After setup is complete, tap Next. Due to system requirements, the system will ask you to allow the CGM to access location, Bluetooth and camera. Transfer data via proprietary Bluetooth low power consumption technology. Please turn on GPS location and enable Allow all the time location permission option. The CGM system will prompt you to allow location access and redirect you to the app settings. In app settings, set location access to always. Afterwards, return to iFree CGM app to continue. You can see prompts asking for permission to enable Bluetooth and camera. Follow the same steps to allow access. Now, you are ready to start pairing. In this chapter, we will guide you on pairing the iFree2 sensor and transmitter using a smartphone. You will need 3 items to pair the iFree2 CGM: a sensor kit, transmitter, and a compatible smartphone. Here are tips for pairing. 1. Do not unpack the sensor kit until the pairing is successful. If pairing fails, you can return the product if the packaging is unopened. 2. Make sure your transmitter is fully charged before use. 3. Follow the system prompts to pair the sensor kit first, then pair the transmitter. Go to iFree CGM app. Tap Let's Start to perform the pairing session. Tap Pairing Sensor Kit, pick up the sensor kit and scan the barcode with your smartphone. When scanning, you need to move the smartphone camera up and down to adjust the camera's focus and scanning resolution. The pairing is successful when the phone vibrates, beeps and displays a checkmark. Tap Pairing Transmitter, scan the barcode on the back of the transmitter. The pairing is successful when the phone vibrates, beeps and displays a checkmark. After successful pairing, the transmitter battery power should be turned on. For iOS phone, place the transmitter on the upper area of the phone, until a green light appears. Once the battery power is ready, a checkmark will appear on the screen. After successfully pairing and turning on the battery, the screen will display the device is ready. Tap I am ready to proceed to the next step. In this chapter, you can learn about the hints for inserting the sensor of the iFree2 CGM system. If you are wearing it for the first time, you can use a mirror or asking others for assistance. Wash and dry your hands. Choose an insertion skin site on the back of the upper arm, where there is an adequate amount of subcutaneous fat. If needed, consider shaving the insertion area of excess hair to help the sensor stick properly to the skin. if you are having difficulty inserting the sensor onto the back of your upper arm by yourself. Ask someone to help you, or use a mirror for assistance. Wipe the insertion site with an alcohol wipe. Wait for approximately 2 minutes until the insertion site has dried. Follow 3 simple steps of wearing iFree2 CGM. Step 1. Open the sensor kit. Step 2. Position the inserter properly and press down firmly. Step 3. Attach the transmitter. Open the sensor kit package by peeling off the sealing paper completely. Take out the sensor kit from its package and peel off the plastic film outside the sensor kit. Open the sensor kit cap. The adhesive patch does not have a paper cover and is ready for application. Immediately after opening the cap, make sure the arrow mark is pointed upward to ensure the sensor location. Here are tips for comfortable sensor application. Step 1. Use arrow to direct. Position with the arrow by pointing it toward your shoulder, parallel to your upper arm to ensure complete attachment of the adhesive patch on your skin. Step 2. Simulate position and ensure direction. The forward arrow is directed to shoulder and the sensor is placed parallel with upper arm. Step 3. Press down firmly and wait for 10 seconds. Position the sensor inserter over the disinfected location, with the arrow pointing towards your shoulder, parallel to your upper arm. Gently apply the inserter over the desired area. Press down firmly and wait 10 seconds for the adhesive to adhere. Gently move the inserter away from insertion site. Here are tips for attaching the transmitter after the sensor is inserted. 1. Align the alignment notch of the transmitter and the sensor base. 2. The transmitter needs to be pressed down firmly to ensure insertion. Note that there is no hard needle at this time, and there will be no pain. 3. Press the transmitter down into the sensor base until you hear 2 click sounds. Align the edge of transmitter and the edge of sensor base. Slide transmitter along the edge to the sensor. Then, press down the transmitter until it clicks into the sensor base with 2 clicking sounds. Make sure all 4 corners of the transmitter are secured in the sensor base. Ensure sensor adhesive patch is fully attached on your skin. Recap the used inserter by aligning both notches on the inserter body and the cap. Discard it according to local regulations for sharps and blood-containing components. After ensuring that the sensor and transmitter are correctly installed, tap Connect. Your smartphone will automatically search for your transmitter. Keep your smartphone close to you. After the connection is established, the system will display the warm-up complete time. Once warm-up is complete, glucose readings are available to view. Through this chapter, you can learn about the monitoring interface, alarm settings and monitoring precautions. You can see sensor readings, trend arrow, and glucose graph on the glucose monitoring main page. Sensor readings mean glucose level. The color of the glucose trend arrow means various glucose ranges. For example, the orange arrow means the glucose level is above 250 mg per deciliter. Trend arrow means where and how fast the glucose level is heading. The arrow goes upward means the glucose is rising. The arrow goes downward means the glucose is falling. When the double arrows go upward, it means that glucose is rising very fast. More than 2 mg per deciliter every minute. A graph of glucose readings lets you understand how your glucose change. You can see this table to understand the glucose trend arrows, reflecting your glucose readings and how fast they are changing. The CGM alerts you if your glucose levels are low, high, or have a signal loss. This allows you to take action to avoid adverse events before they happen. 1. Hyper or hypo alert. 2. Urgent low alarm, sensor reading is lower than 54 mg per deciliter. 3. No signals temporarily alerts. Hyper or hypo alert happens when the glucose level is out of the set target range. Tap OK. If you have symptoms that do not match the iFree2 sensor reading, or suspect the sensor reading may be inaccurate, check the reading by performing a fingerstick test using a blood glucose meter and perform calibration. When blood glucose levels are too high or too low, corrective actions need to be taken. An urgent low alarm happens when the sensor reading is below 54 mg per deciliter. Perform a fingerstick test using a blood glucose meter. If your glucose is very low, this is an emergency. Take corrective actions immediately. The alarm will repeat every 30 minutes until the glucose reading within target range. When the CGM is too far away from the display device or when there is an obstacle, such as a wall in between, you will receive a no signals temporarily alerts. Keep your CGM and display device within 6 meters or 20 feet. Make sure the Bluetooth is turned on. The CGM app must always be running in the background. Never close or quit the app. After showering or swimming, use a towel to dry the device off. In this session you can learn how to end sensor session, and remove or replace iFree2 CGM device. The monitoring session ends automatically when the sensor expires, or the alarm of the sensor fails. If any unexpected issues happen, such as the device falls off or you want to end monitoring early, you may end a session manually. When the sensor expires, a notification will pop up to let you know the session has ended. Remove or replace the current sensor. If you need to end the sensor before the CGM expired, you can tap Report from the bottom menu. Select the ongoing monitoring for this session. At the bottom of the monitoring report page, tap Stop Monitoring. A message will appear to remind you that the sensor has not yet expired. Tap on Stop Anyway to end the sensor session. Note that removing your CGM early means you have to end the ongoing monitoring manually. Otherwise, you will not be able to start a new monitoring session. Gently peel the adhesive patch up and away from your body to avoid excessive pulling of the skin and causing skin irritation. After removing the sensor, confirm the sensor wire's integrity. Check the condition of the skin. Do not dispose of the transmitter. The transmitter can be disassembled and is reusable. Before using a splitter to separate the transmitter and sensor, first remove the extra adhesive patch on the iFree2 CGM. To align the triangle sign of the transmitter with the pointed groove of the splitter. Open the splitter cover. Place the transmitter with the front side facing down into the splitter groove. Then, close the cover. Push the splitter button. Tilt the splitter to slide the transmitter out. Open the splitter, gently push the sensor base out from the hole. Dispose the sensor base in proper disposal container. Clean the bottom of the transmitter with an alcohol wipe and let transmitter dry. Avoid to touch the metal components. Waiting alcohol dry, charge the transmitter for next time. You can use an adhesive patch for the CGM for times such as sweaty activities, or if concerned it will fall off the CGM. Before using the patch, wipe the CGM device and the surrounding skin with a cloth to ensure they are dry. The steps of applying patch are the same as using the Band-Aid. You can ask others for help if needed. When applying, be careful not to tighten the patch on the CGM. Just apply the patch gently. When replacing the patch, remove it slowly. Press to secure the CGM to avoid tearing off the patch with the CGM simultaneously. Note, press to secure the CGM while replacing the patch. Use the provided charging cable and general USB charging adapter to charge. Take out the charger from the storage vial. You can hear a click with the siding of the transmitter into position. Connect the USB-C plug charging cable to the USB charger's input. After the USB port is pushed inwards, the transmitter cannot be removed from the charger. You will hear a click and the charging indicator light will protrude. A solid red light means the battery is charging. A solid green light means the battery is fully charged. The wrong charging position is as shown, the charging indicator light is on but does not protrude. Another wrong charging position is as shown, the charging indicator light protrudes but does not light up. After the transmitter is fully charged, pull the USB-C cable outwards to allow the transmitter to be removed. To store the transmitter, put it back into its charger. Place it into the storage vial and cap the storage vial. Note, always keep the transmitter and its charger in the storage vial with the cap closed when not in use.